Today we're going to do a Q&A about most common things for first-time home buyers. I'm Christina Tidwell.
And I'm Jen Lockwood.
I am the broker at Crew Realty.
And I am a realtor.
One of the biggest myths about being a first-time home buyer is that a lot of first-time home buyers think that they've got to save up like 20% down to be able to buy a house. And that's just not accurate anymore in today's world.
Yeah, another one, is really that they think they're saving money by renting. But, in the short term, sure. But in the long run, for financial goals, purchasing a house is actually much better.
Yeah, it gives you that future leverage to
absolutely
use it to grow in other areas.
Get pre-approved. That way you know where you need to be shopping in to have that comfortable monthly mortgage payment, right? So what do you think?
I think that putting together a plan with a professional, interviewing a few agents to find a real good connection for yourself so that you have that trust that you can open up and ask real questions with somebody who's got your best interests at heart.
Having too many family members involved.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Yeah, not having a true understanding of what their own wants and needs are and relying too heavily on people giving outside advice.
Yeah, too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's already a difficult decision.
Red flags for me is going to be, depends on, are we in an older home? If we're in an older home, we're going to be like really looking at that crawl space. We're going to be really looking at, wiring and plumbing, things like that. But if we're on a slab home, then I think it's going to be like, are the home sellers taking care of their property? Are they changing out their air filters? Things like that. Those are usually good indicators of whether somebody's taking good care of a property or not.
Yeah, and I always, advise, looking at even the ceilings to see if there's any potential roof leaks or any repairs that have been made that are just obvious. So, just being cognizant of those things when you're walking through a home. So the difference between first-time home buyers and repeat buyers, in my opinion, are just, you need a little bit more hand-holding during the process, right? Even with repeat buyers as well, sometimes it just depends on how long ago they bought their home. If they bought their house 20 years ago, a lot has changed. And so, hand-holding during the process.
First-time home buyers definitely want more time to think about things. It depends on the market that we're in, whether they'll have the luxury of being able to think about their decisions. I find with repeat buyers, they're a little bit more apt to know what they want. They've already lived in a house a few times. They figured out what they like and what they don't like. And so they're a little bit more specific on the plan that they go. Where first-time home buyers, they want to take a look at all the things around, because they have never lived in a house, so they don't know what it is they want.
Right. I think your biggest tool is your real estate agent. Relying heavily on your real estate agent to guide you through the entire process, so we're not diverting in the wrong direction or focusing on things that really don't help the process.
Yeah, trusting that your agent has a process that she's put into place here, he's put into place. At the end of the day, the best advice I can give to a first-time home buyer is to make sure you stick to a plan and hire a professional.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us in today's Q&A sesh.
Follow along for more content from Crew.